Hello and welcome back to Of Land and Leaf. It is Worm Wednesday, but I'm in a different space in my office today because we're not feeding the worms. If you watched last week's video, you know that I said I was going to skip a week, and I'm skipping a week for a couple of reasons. One, the worms are pretty self-sufficient. I do not need to create a dependency by adding food to their ecosystem every week. They will eat what's in there already. There's plenty of brown matter in there. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have worms is because it gave me the freedom to do the other things in my life that I like to do. I love to travel, and I'm not here daily. I'm not here every day. And so I really wanted to kind of test and push the limit to see, well, what happens when there's not a weekly feeding? But I still wanted to bring you Worm Wednesday. So today we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can make money off of worms. Okay, so one of the ways that you can make money off of raising worms is castings, selling worm castings. My primary reason for having the worms is so that I can harvest the castings for my garden. So this is why I don't have like a huge setup. It's this 5-gallon bucket and then the tote. I will probably expand, but for now, I'm just creating for personal use. If you have the space, you can have a few more buckets or a few more bins and quickly be able to sell castings. It took me about 6 weeks, I'd say, to really 4 to 6 weeks to really be able to tell the difference between the castings and the soil. Like, my eye is trained now. I can tell the difference between what a casting looks like and a piece of soil. And I would say it's probably going to take me another 2 months before I can start to harvest the castings. But for a very, very low price, there's very, very low investment, very small amount of my time, I'll be able to have castings, and you could sell castings if that was your goal. Another thing that you could do to make money off of worms is sell casting tea. And this is a process where you are adding water to the castings, harvesting that really wet matter, the liquid, and then selling that to use in the garden, which is also something that I plan to do personally. I don't know that I'm going to get into selling compost tea. There is a bit of work behind it that you could look into. I'm not interested today. Things could change, but that's another way that you can make money off of worms. A third way that you can make money off of worms is to actually sell the worms. They reproduce pretty quickly. So on my 6th week approximately, and last week when I checked, I saw a couple baby worms in the 5-gallon bucket bin, which is another reason why I'm not feeding them. I don't want to disturb them so much. They're so tiny, like they're super tiny. And what I understand is it takes several weeks for them to get some size to them. So I want to be really, really gentle with the bucket. But moving forward, there will constantly be that reproduction. What I'm estimating is that my 300 worms will be somewhere around 6 to 750 in the next 2 months. And so if I wanted to, keep that population small or make some money off of the worms, I could absolutely sell worms. A fourth way someone could make money off of worms is to actually sell a starter kit. So in my ecosystem right now, I see the baby little cocoons, right? Like the little pods that the worms come out of. I see little tiny, tiny babies, and I have mature worms as well. If I were to just scoop up, right, that ecosystem and put that in a little jar or a container, I could sell the starter kits to someone like me that's wanting to get started, or maybe to a homeschool community that wants to have that as a science experiment and wants to watch the worms, right? I could also sell a more extensive starter kit where I have worms, the 5-gallon bucket system that I create, right? So selling a kit, selling the actual ecosystem is another way that you can make money. Now, the teacher in me absolutely loves this 5th way that you can make money with worms, and that is classes. Once I'm more of an expert, right now I'm very much a student. I'm still learning. Every week I'm learning something, right? But once I'm more of an expert, I can absolutely see myself setting up a couple of the systems, reproducing to a higher rate, and then creating classes where I bring people out. Maybe they bring their buckets and I show them how to create the bucket system, or maybe I have them as part of the tuition for attending the class. I talk to them about how to raise the worms and what the best kinds of worms are, and how to make the bedding and how to care for them, what the environment should be, the temperature, like all of these things that I'm learning, I could teach in a class. And I really love that idea. Teaching would require me to scale up my production a bit. And that's the only reason why I'm not rushing to say that I'll be teaching classes soon. But I could even create something digital where I am not selling the worms. I'm sharing the knowledge and maybe connecting with someone who is more of a larger scale worm farmer and providing a discount code, and someone could purchase from that farmer. So then there's that partnership that I love, and it allows me to focus on what I enjoy doing, which is teaching, without feeling like I have to ramp up production. So that actually just came to me. That just came to me while I was recording. I was thinking about classes as something that's super, super far in the future, but if we're innovative, there are all kinds of ways that we can bring knowledge to people. So those are the 5 ways that I'm sharing that you can make money with worms if that was your intention or desire. Which one or 2 stands out to you? Share in comments, and I'll see you next Wednesday for Worm Wednesday. Take care.